is not financial advice. This is high risk degen cryptocurrency. Alright guys, jumping right into it. So the unfettered souls. So Souls has gone through an exploit. It's been attacked. So in crypto, we have a thing where you have people who are trying to get money without working for it, without earning it, right? And they try to steal from others. And these guys are trained, they're developers, they could have been people who've worked on contracts in the past, IT, and worked on crypto in the past. And when they spot an exploit in a code, they'll try to use it to get access to tokens or print more tokens and then dump them on the open market, right? They'll try to dump them using MetaMask. I know BNB is ripe for exploits, but Ethereum itself was exploited before, right? So this is why I stress so many times: manage your risk, don't put everything into one crypto, don't use your rent money. And I'm repetitive, I sound like a broken record, and you might be wondering why I keep saying things like this. The reason I say things like this is because I know that we are in the wild, wild west here. Crypto is unregulated, and there's just so many things going on. And even if you dot your I's and cross your T's, there's still a risk of an exploit or a rug pull. Now, let's define that term, rug pull. Rug pull is when the team intentionally does one of these exploits. Like they'll suspend trading on a crypto, like freeze your MetaMask so you can't swap the crypto, or they'll print a lot of these cryptos and dump them on the open market, diluting the value of your coins. I don't believe that's what happened in the case of Souls. What I believe happened was that they were legitimately hacked. Obviously, I don't know by who. It could be by anyone, right? It could be by someone who's worked on the team before. It could be by an independent third party. It could be from an outside malicious actor. Again, no one's going to know unless they're an insider, right? We can only guess. But I like the way the team has responded. They have said that they're going to suspend trading on MetaMask, on the BNB chain, and that they're going to switch the contract to another contract. So if you have a contract, if you hold the coins in your MetaMask, you're going to get a swap 1-for-1. So the old contract will no longer be valid, and there's going to be a new contract. So the old tokens won't be valid and won't be swappable. There won't be any liquidity. So if you try to do a swap, it'll say failed, or you can't do the swap. But eventually, they're going to send you an airdrop of the new tokens. When I say eventually, it could be anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks to 3 weeks. I don't know. It'll happen when it finally happens, because they need time to convert everything. I'm sure there's a lot going on in the background. So why does this all matter to you? And why does it matter, more importantly, to me? Because I can only speak from my perspective as to what I would do in this situation, being that this is not a financial advice channel. Well, the reason why it matters is because MEXC trading is not suspended, right? So the way I see the situation, that there's a lot of FUD, a lot of uncertainty, and the uncertainty in FUD actually creates an opportunity, right? Because you had a rapid depletion in the price. It just fell off a cliff. And what I've been doing, and what I mentioned in Patreon that I was doing, was acquiring some coins on MEXC, right? Because the way I see it, it roughly lost half of its value instantaneously. And I think at the very least there's going to be a retest of this cliff, or when it fell off the cliff, right? So I'll acquire the coins, and I will hold, and I'll be patient. Maybe it takes a team a month to issue new tokens. Maybe it takes that long. I'll be patient enough to wait for a month. But the way how I see it, a month from now, it's unlikely that the price is still this low. I don't think the price is going to be this low in MEXC 1 month from now. I think we're going to be closer to the price when it fell off the cliff. So that was roughly what, 9 cents, and then it went down. It was as low as 3 at 0.003, right? So I anticipated getting back up to close, to the 0.009, might even break it and go higher, right? But the bottom line is, as long as the project survives, I'm lowering my risk by buying down here. I know it seems counterintuitive and it seems strange, but from my perspective, it's a lower risk buying at a lower price than the risk is buying at a higher price. I think it's actually more risky buying up here, a lot more risky, because it takes more capital to accumulate more coins. And if you have a contract breach or some uncertainty, that's when you can have that big dip, right? And an example of this also is what happened to Solana, ADA, and Matic during the bear market, because all 3 of these coins were dubbed as securities by the SEC, and in one day you had a 40% drop. There was a tremendous amount of fear in the market, and everyone ended up selling their coins because of the uncertainty. They were like, are these coins going to get relisted on an exchange? Are they coming back? We don't know. So let's sell it now so we don't have to think about it, because it's too painful to watch this continue to go down. Let's lock in this loss here so I prevent myself from more losses. When that happened, I was actually trying to accumulate. The same thing happened with the COVID drop, right? You remember when in March 2020 and the market just completely collapsed? BNB went down to $3. A lot of these coins, ADA was 2 cents. So buying during a state of panic is actually a good idea. And if you're scared too, and I understand, it's natural, right? We're only human beings. Then you don't have to put in that much. You don't have to put in a serious amount of capital. You could just put in a little bit, right? And that way, if we continue to go down or things go to zero, which it's human nature. Once we see this, we assume it's just going to go to zero. To make sure that you don't have anxiety and fear, you can just put a small amount in. Because do remember that putting some funds in down here is the equivalent to put in 3 or 4 times the amount of money up here, right? So you only have to put a little bit of money down here at the core of the drop, in the abyss, the crypto abyss. You only have to put a little bit in the crypto abyss, whereas up here you have to put your entire paycheck in it, right? So it's actually less risky buying down here than it is up there. And I do think that the team is going to come back, and I think once they do, buying down here is going to be an epic buy point. I'm fast forwarding. I'm thinking like 5 months from now. What's the price of Sol's going to be 5 months from now? Everything is really about a bet, right? I'm placing a strategic bet. No one knows for sure, but I think it will probably be a lot higher, and I'll be looking back at this dip buying opportunity with a smile on my face. And again, remember to manage your risk. Don't put more in than you can afford to lose, and especially don't put the money in that you need to use right now to take care of yourself and to handle your business. Right? It's Crypto.XL. Happy hunting. Good luck. And I'll see you at the top. Shout out to the Patreons. We remain